Tower of Hanoi is a very famous game and also considered as a mathematical puzzle. In this game, there are 3 packs and n number of discs placed one over the other, with the smaller disc at the top, then increasing in size as you go to the bottom. The objective of this game is to move the disc one by one until the whole stack from the first pack is moved to the last pack. There are some rules that should be followed when moving the disc. Firstly, only one disc can be moved at a time. Second, a disc can only be moved if it is the uppermost disc on a stack. Thirdly, no disc may be placed on top of a disc which is smaller than it. Lastly, the entire stack have to be moved to the last pack in the fewer stack only. Here we are going to solve this 3D Tower of Hanoi. First of all, move the light green disc to pack C. Then dark green disc to pack B. Now you should have one disc at each of the packs, right? Then move the light green disc to pack B, which place it on top of the dark green disc. Then followed by yellow disc to pack C. Next, move light green disc to pack A and dark green disc to pack C. Finally, light green disc from pack A is moved to the pack C. Now, we have successfully completed the 3D Tower of Hanoi. But how if 4 discs or even more? Actually, there are solutions to solve any number of discs for Tower of Hanoi. That is, simpler statement of iterative solution. For an even number of discs. Step 1. Make the legal move between pack A and B. Step 2. Make the legal move between pack A and C. Step 3. Make the legal move between pack B and C. Step 4. Repeat the previous step until complete. Another one is for an odd number of discs. Step 1. Make the legal move between pack A and C. Step 2. Make the legal move between pack A and B. Step 3. Make the legal move between pack B and C. Step 4. Repeat the previous step until complete. There are 2 important things need to be taken note, that is, make the legal move between pack in either direction, and also legal move here refers to the move that only smaller disc is placed on top of bigger disc. After we complete 2 discs, 3 discs, 4 discs and 5 discs, we can get a series of numbers which are 3, 7, 15 and 31. From this sequence, we can obtain the formula, which is an equals to 2 times an minus 1 plus 1. We can use an iterative approach to solve this recurrent relation by repeatedly expressing an in terms of the previous step of the sequence.